You know, they were banged up. They were missing some of the key guys. So, it was one of those games, like I said, we don't want to take anything away from our win, but, you know, they weren't at 100%. And we were able to, you know, just outmuscle them with the guys we had on the court. But, you know, there's still some things we could have did better.
With you playing at the four, so that you had a lot of success being able to get to the boards. Was that a positive matchup for you, or a better matchup for you tonight?
Doesn't matter. I think, you know, your whole thing, your mindset changes as position that you play. You go down to the four, you're more focused on rebounding, trying to limit the guys in one shot. You consider it a big, so, you know, your main thing is getting rebounding and banging. And that was my main thing tonight, was, you know, just trying to crash the boards, you know, limit them to one shot and get us extra possessions.
Darren, and I mean, it was Joe said before the game, actually this morning, that you and Reggie are kind of the emotional leaders out there on the court. I mean, can you talk about how your energy out there, you hope to be infectious?
Man. I love to play basketball. You can call it whatever you want or however you see it. My thing is I just enjoy the game of basketball. I go out and play, and, you know, whatever the coaches or my teammates need me to do, you know, to help us win. You know, they know I'll do it at 110% and, you know, give them my all. And, you know, that's just the enjoyment of a game that I've loved since I was 2-3 years old.
Do you feel like you pick and choose your places, though, at a time when you talk so much and show by the way you play your game?
I'm not a big talker. I mean, you know, I kind of emotionally shout, you know, and kind of say things to kind of help guys out. But I'm more of a lead by example kind of guy. You know, I think, you know, guys see me giving 110% effort. You know, you don't really have to shout or say much. You know, if you go up and kind of point something out, guys kind of listen because they know you're giving the effort and they know you're giving 110%. So it's not like I have to walk around shouting and, you know, kind of being all the emotional, screaming kind of guy.
How about that tip in there at the end? Can you talk about what happened on that play?
Man, I don't know. I don't know if me and Trey got it, but I'll take it.
Is it weird to be out there in the last couple minutes of a close game with the group you were out there with? I mean, not someone.
No, we have confidence in all the guys we got, and we know one thing we know is that we can play small, we can play big. You know, we can pretty much match up however an opposing team wants to match up. And, you know, tonight they went small with some of their key bigs missing. And, you know, we were able to match up with that lineup. We were able to go small where we can put, you know, CJ at the 1, move D-Will to the 2, and whoever at the 3, me at the 4. Or I think we went to the 5. I went to the 5 at the end. Oh, man, that might be the first time this year. So, I mean, but we're able to match up that way. And we know we're able to finish games. Our main thing is just rebounding and executing. Our offense and defensive principles don't change.
How good was it to see Marshawn get going there in the first
it was good. You know, he got his confidence going, and when he's getting going, he's hard to guard. We already know that. Our main thing is we have to tell him to slow down sometimes. Once he gets it going, he kind of goes a little too fast. But, you know, we know he's a tough scorer, and we know he creates so much offense. So I think he did a great job tonight.
With them going small like that, they had Gibson playing a lot of the game at the 5. With the combination of Lopez and Blatch, how big is that to have some big guys you guys can throw the ball to and take advantage of?
That's good. I think, you know, one of our main strengths has been, you know, trying to pound them and, you know, beat them down in the low post, especially smaller teams to try to match up against us. And, you know, we know with Dre and Blatch, you know, they can score on bigs or small, you know, so if you want to play small, it presents a matchup for you, not us. And, you know, we're comfortable in throwing those guys the ball as well.
Was PJ a little upset a couple times?
PJ's always upset. Yeah, he's always upset. He's probably upset right now.
Seemed like he got into you guys in the third quarter there. Did that kind of?
Because third quarter's been our nemesis, and, you know, as we looked at third quarter, there were some things we didn't do right in the third quarter, and, you know, he was trying to prevent that. You know, he was trying to make sure we kept our focus, we didn't drop our head like we usually do, and continue to execute in the game.
Gerald, you said, you know, you're not a vocal leader, but did you need to say anything else to the team after the way they played?
I don't think so. You don't really have to say much. You know, you really, you know, bring in your focus before the game. But during the games, guys pretty much know their role. There's sometimes when we go off the road a little bit, and, you know, some things have to be said. But, for the main part, you know what we have to do as players and as a team.
I mean, you know, you were critical of the effort on Wednesday. I can imagine you were happier with the way the effort was today.
I wasn't happy because I think, you know, there were some things we could have did better, and, you know, we could have made this game a lot easier for us tonight. But, you know, at the end of the day, a win is a win, and we'll take it. But there's definitely things that we got to get better at and, you know, continue to get better as a team.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. You know, we definitely had to stay in it and pull it out. You know, they're a very good defensive team. You know, we made some mistakes ourselves. You know, but you know, we have a lot of guys that trust each other, play well together. You know, and won it.
Andrew Blatch came out with a really big fourth quarter for you guys. What did you see out of him and why he was able to be so dominant there?
I mean, yeah, he was great in his minutes. He came out very aggressive, you know, getting deep post position and made strong moves.
When you look at the stretch of games that you had behind you, you have ahead of you, what does this win do for you guys in terms of trying to regroup after those 3 losses?
It is big, you know. We obviously don't want to string losses together, you know, and so we wanted to come in, you know, and regardless of who was playing for them, you know, they're a playoff team. They have guys who play together, play hard, you know, and are very talented. We wanted to come in and get a win tonight.
Can you talk about your pick and roll defense tonight? How tough it was to see?
Yeah, you know, he rolled hard. I messed up a few of my pick and roll coverages, you know, and finished well. You know, trying to get that contest, but you know, he was finishing very well.
What can you do better to, you know, maybe stop you?
Oh, you know, I don't know if I'd tell you. You're Chicago media?
No.
Okay. You know, just communicating with the other guy in the pick and roll. You know, we really want to guard with just those 2 guys. We don't want to get any help from the 3 other guys.
Brook, PJ made note of your attitude on the bench when Dre was in there. You were very energetic, rooting the team on. How do you get that attitude when you are on the bench, especially in the fourth quarter when you're expecting to be in the game?
Oh, you know, I completely trust my teammates. You know, I know we have very talented guys, you know, who start and then who are on the bench, you know, and so when we have guys like Dre and Marshawn playing like that, you know, they have my full confidence, and you know, it's exciting to watch, honestly. I was telling some guys, you know, it was fun for me to be on the bench and really just watch basketball and enjoy it. They were playing great basketball.
The combination of you and Dre has been arguably the best center tandem, especially offensively. What has allowed you guys to have success?
You know, he's such a talent, you know, and going against him in practice has just made me better. You know, when we're battling, you know, we benefit each other, honestly.
Gerald, always show up on the stat sheet.
No. Gerald, his intangibles, you know, night in, night out. I think he's, you know, arguably the most important piece to our team. You know, when he's there, you know, his energy just does loads for us. You know, all his hustle points, rebounds, you know, 50-50 balls. It's just, you know, you can't really explain what he's there. It's just so good.
Gerald, talk about him pulling the toughest defender on just about every night, Gerald. I mean, he's at LeBron Wednesday. Tonight he's got Dang, Kobe coming up.
Yeah.
I mean,
you know, that's his MO. It's what he does. You know, he takes pride in it, you know, and we're very lucky to have a guy like him.
when his motor's running, does it get everybody else kind of running as well when you see
No
him
question.
going?
You know, when you see him doing what he does, you know, sacrificing his body, making all the big plays, you know, you have to follow him.
Obviously, being on the bench at the end there is different for you. What was it like? Coach said he was happy with your attitude and the way you supported the team.
I was excited. You know, it was fun to watch our team. You know, we had a great group of guys in there. You know, a very talented group, 1 through 5, and you know, like I was saying, it was fun for me to sit down there and watch really good basketball.
Is there a part of you that's just sort of waiting, like, I guess I'll be back in?
No, you know, no. The way Dre was handling it, you know, the way Marshawn was playing, you know, I saw, you know, I didn't have to go back in. You know, they were playing great.
Yeah, what does it say about the team's depth? You know, you're an all-star, and yet for the last few minutes, you're not in the game.
I mean, they're more than capable. You know, obviously, you know, and Dre specifically, you know, he's huge tonight, and you know, that's the way he can play every night. Excuse me.
Marshawn and Blacks, man, carried us in that fourth quarter. They both made, big plays. We kind of fed off Marshawn and pick and rolls and letting them make plays. We was feeding off the bench.
What's it like to know you guys can keep going down that bench when you're playing a team like that who doesn't have a lot of guys tonight? Huge advantage, I imagine.
It was great. It was great to see the bench guys come in and give us a lift and really close the game out because TJ made the down some free
PJ pretty fired up tonight a couple times in the huddle, especially third quarter late. Like, what do you say to you guys there to get you guys fired up? It seemed like
just basically telling us to stop hanging out here. They're gonna make fun. We're standing. Just keep running our stuff. We'll eventually get stops until we can get out in the fast break.
Is that fired up as you've seen him? Obviously he gets fired up, but it seems like he was extra fired up tonight a couple times.
Nah, I've seen him pretty fired up. It gets a little scary sometimes.
How much significance do you guys put on a win like this after a Wednesday night?
It's big, man. We take it out when we get it. We haven't been playing great basketball late, so hopefully this can catapult us into playing good basketball down the stretch.
Lakers coming up next Tuesday. They're a team that's not a winning record, but they're still an elite team considered by many. What about that game for you guys?
It's going to be big. From my understanding, I think they're playing pretty well. We will have our hands full. They're big, and coaches making a lot of plays. So guys really got to take the challenge.
It'll be a crazy atmosphere in here, like his first trip in Brooklyn and everything.
Definitely. We're friends in here. It'll be great, and we'll definitely be up for the team.
What are your Super Bowl plans?
I'm going to sit at the house, man, and watch it. I've been a little under the weather, so I'm going to sit back.
PJ, we talked to you before the game about this Bulls defense, but considering the guys that were missing, how gritty and tough was it to play against them and try and execute your offense considering the way that they played out there?
It was extremely difficult. I mean, they executed on the other end even better. I mean, they wanted to stay big because we thought, we could hurt them inside, but we couldn't defend them with our big guys. Reggie was playing not good, he was playing excellent. He was giving us offense, he was rebounding and stuff. We couldn't handle the matchup. They put us in pick and rolls and we couldn't make our rotations and we had to go small and it took us a while to settle in and get decent coverage and then it was going to be a war. I mean, they had, we said we're trying to guard Nate to start with and then they're running, ripping Marco off a ton of screens and doing a good job getting to the boards. Butler was doing a really good job getting to the boards, but we were able to hang in because of our rebounding. When we did get stops, particularly in the second half, we started pounding the ball inside, and that was good for us. And it was when you beat these guys, that's the kind of game it is, and that's playing without 3 starters, 4 if you want to count D Rose. Although maybe Kirk didn't start if they had D Rose. I mean, they're an excellent team, and I thought our guy 1 or 2 times in the first half. We hung our heads a little bit, but after that, we were good, and even though we got behind, we knew what kind of game it was going to be, and they did a good job, finding a way to win.
How big were Marshawn Brooks and Andre in that fourth quarter? I mean, Marshawn, you said, you didn't know if his match was favorable, and that you didn't play, you went with Bloch over Lopez.
Well, I don't say over, I just say they were good. That group was going so good. The problem for the only real problem that Sean had was just physically trying to box out Butler. He got him a couple times, and that's why we went back with Joe. We wanted one more bigger body in there because we were doing a lot of switching late in the game. And Marshawn played well enough to stay in the game, but I was afraid a rebound was gonna hurt us, and that was probably the biggest thing on Butler. And Dre, the team was going too good. I really didn't want to take anybody out, but I put Joe back in because of the rebounding, and then I just didn't want to mess with anything else until we got some offense, defense at the end. But Brook played very well and didn't defend, but Andre had it going, and he was making good decisions, not just scoring inside, but he was defending the pick and roll well, and he made a couple of really good passes. I don't know if they were all led directly to an assist, but he made a couple of hockey ones where he got the ball in the middle and fed it. It might have been one subsequent pass, but he made a lot of good decisions. So, and the good thing is Brook and Reggie were animated and supportive on the bench, and that's not an easy thing to do. Brook just made the All-Star game, and I got him sitting on the bench in the last whatever it was minutes. But our guys are good guys, and they were in the winning.
You had a specific group in the fourth quarter, Darren and CJ, along with Marshawn and Gerald and Blatch. Have you seen that this season, either in practice or in a game?
Yeah, probably. When we play small with Gerald, we haven't done it much lately, but when we play Gerald at 4, usually it's either Bogues or CJ as the 5th guy, and it could be Brook or Dre. I don't know that they played a lot of minutes, but I'd be shocked if they didn't play some. But again, it's when we play with Gerald at 4, it's usually Brook or Dre. Sometimes it's even been Reggie. But CJ, when I went with C, first I went with him because Joe's got flu and whatnot. I thought he was getting really tired. But then C hit the big shot, and he was doing a good job defensively. So it was really just, we kept talking about, do we go back with the starters, and I thought the score and the way the guys were playing on the floor dictated we stayed with those guys.
You mentioned before about persevering, and Darren this morning said that there's times when you guys as a group will let your heads get down and stay down. This was a game, especially the way you guys are shooting through most of it, that it would have been easy to do that. I'm impressed to see the way you were able to come through.
I thought they did a good job, our players, and the regrouping at halftime. I thought there was a little bit of that in the first half. We got frustrated because we had the 10-point lead, and we come, so it's going to be easy. You got no Boozer, no Joe Kim. And we were overpowering them, and when they went small, our second group didn't start well, and they started the second quarter poorly, and all of a sudden 10 went to 4, and then it was like, oh, here we go again. And even though we kind of played the rest of the half okay, we really didn't go in at the half up and feeling good. But I thought they did a very good job, because we fell behind in the second half also. But I think that by that point they said, well, this is the kind of game it's going to be. Let's just find a way to win.
PJ, what made Gerald so effective in this game with being able to pull down double-digit rebounds in a kind of a scrum?
Because that's just the way we didn't. Luol Deng is a ridiculously difficult matchup, and he made him work. I didn't want Gerald out of the game because I didn't want to have to put somebody else. I think we had hump on him a little, or Reggie. We had somebody else on a hump, I think, a little bit. Bogues might have had him for a possession or two. Gerald's not one of those guys that hangs his head. Gerald's one of those guys that plays at 180 miles an hour all the time. So he's going to do a good job chasing and fighting through picks and going to the boards and doing the things Gerald Wallace does. So it would really be scary so many nights if we don't have him to put on whoever it be. Whether it's a mobile 4, a scoring 3, or a scoring 2, he gets that assignment so many times, and it's very, very difficult, but he does it extremely well.
PJ, in the second and third, the crowd got very quiet. In the fourth, obviously that picked up a lot. Are you starting to feel a tangible effect at all from the crowd with this team?
If I was intelligent, I would say yes. I did in the fourth quarter tonight. I think we have to give the crowd a little more reason to be enthusiastic. But my honest answer is our fans are great, but I think we haven't been as loud as we've been early in the year, like that New York game. And I think it's more on us because we're giving them this up and down. But I think we have the capacity to be even louder because they're here and they really care and they support us. I think some of it is literally learning how loud they can be and when are the appropriate times to do that. Probably that will come off negative, but I think they're very good. But I honestly think we can be even better because they're here and they're tremendously supportive. I think a little bit of it is knowing when we need them. It's not just when it's going good. Sometimes it's more so the other way. And it's, it's like there. It's not like they're sitting there on their hands the whole time. But I do think it can be a tiny bit better. I think we have to educate them.
Last question, Rod. PJ, late in the third quarter, you called a timeout, and you were pretty livid there with the guys. Could you just walk us through just what was happening at that point?
I can't remember, Rod. Do you remember what just happened on the flight? I don't remember.
I think you guys were up by 1 point, but I think it was a turnover or something there. You just got ticked off there, called a timeout, and you were pretty livid at that point.
I don't, honestly, God, I don't remember.
Blacked
I
out?
think of what it is. No, I don't remember. I actually thought I got that way a couple times, but I don't remember specifically what happened at the end of the third.
Okay, thank you. Locker room's open.